Next up for you we have Blue Point. Here is Blue Point.
Je suis en Irlande. Je suis arrivé hier soir à Dublin et ce matin je suis à Cork. Le syndicat des éleveurs de chevaux de course propose sur 2 jours, vendredi et samedi, de visiter des haras. Donc je suis là pour ça. Malheureusement, du fait de la météo, les plus beaux haras ont fermé leurs portes et ont reporté les visites d'une semaine. Donc je suis là, donc je vais aux autres en espérant que ce soit aussi bien. L'Irlande, le pays de la Guinness et des chevaux pur sang. Mon hôtel. Les mouettes marchent sur la glace. Eh oui, il fait froid.
You do, yeah. Just head on tour and basically. One of the lads brought the horse out there. So he stayed in it. Yeah.
Stallion. He's by Nube and he's out of Alaba, who's the daughter of Anaba. We sold him called Book 2 to Team Valley the year. He went in a wide trip and ran on well considering to be mid-division. After that he had a trial run in the last 2 furlongs in a faster time than Baid in the race previously in the year before, and quicker 2 furlongs than Kinross in the sprint on the same card. We retired him to stud then, where he stood at a fee of €15,000 and was syndicated. He stands at a fee of €175,000. He was trained in France by André Farbe, and he won the French 2,000 guineas and the French Derby. Last year he was the sire of the most Group 1 winners, European Classic winners and black type horses of any stallion in Europe. His yearlings made up to €1 million last year and averaged over 300,000. So, as I mentioned, he had an exceptional year last year. He had of his 6 Group 1 winners, he had 2 European Classic winners with Look de Vega, who you'll see soon, and also Rahia, who won the French 1,000 guineas. He was also the leading European sire in America, where he had 2 Group 1 winners, with multiple Group 1 winners, Karl Spackler and and program trading. And he works very well with most of Galileo's sons, with Group 1 horses over Teofilo, Frankel and Nathaniel, and New Approach.
Can you explain his footwear on?
He's just got some heart bars on there. And Delamy and basically any of the top airlines in Europe, he works with them. He was a brilliant racehorse, also trained in France by André Farbe. He was an unbeaten 2-year-old, and he went on to win the French 2000 Guineas, where he actually beat Nube, who you'll see later, and he went on to win the Prix de la Forêt in record time. He's had a fabulous year this year, or last year as a stallion. He had 2 group winners in France early on in the season. Sagir, who won the over 5.5 furlongs, won the Group 3 Prix CG, and Making Dreams, who won the Prix Penelope. Stands for a fee of €8,000. And last year his yearlings made up to 125,000 guineas. He's running at a lifetime group winners to runners rate of 4%, which is the same as Sayuni and Memas. It's one of the most exciting up-and-coming stallions in Europe at the moment. He was also trained in France by André Farbe. He was beaten in the French 2000 Guineas by Make Believe, and he went on to win the French Derby afterwards. He had 5 European Stakes winners, which was more than Nona Never, Too Darn Hot, or Zarak.
Imagine what you'll be like at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Or tomorrow afternoon.
Bit of a bio.
I said, how to say what?
Bit of a bio.
Yeah, I said I've done this so
Been doing it for a few years now. This is strong. You never say they're by him.
C'était Niobe.
It was impressive. Yeah, but it was impressive. But I mean,
Everyone happy with him?
Yeah,
great.
Can I get around the back and have a look at
The runner's ratio as well, which helps get mares off to a good start. This is our newest recruit. So this is Look de Vega. He stands for a fee of €20,000. He's a son of Lope de Vega, and he was an French Derby as the only unbeaten runner, and he duly won the French Derby in very impressive fashion. Before you go, or if anyone wants to chat to me about nominations, we'll have a chat below in the tent.
Close my eyes, you're looking back at me. As real as autumn air, I take and breathe. Try as you might, night, but you can't hide from me. I know all the beauty that you keep.
Véhicule.
Onto every passing mile, I see them in the sun, the earth, the sky, and I won't stop looking for you till I die. Somewhere heaven is on earth for me. Please, if anything, I beg you, send me something to help me find you here. Following the trail our souls took years ago. Little pieces of you strung on twine. I collect them just to show you how they shine. I know all the beauty that you hide, and I won't stop trying to show you till I die.
Première fois que je fais une visite avec un bonnet. Godolphin. Une des nombreuses entrées du haras.
Make good use of that. As I said, we will start. We've got 9 stallions to get through, and this is the first of them. This is Teofilo for you. Here he is. Teofilo standing for a fee of €30,000 in 2025. the first champion by that layer out of the Danehill mare. Undefeated winner of the Group 1 national stakes, Group 1 junior, ladies and gentlemen. Really
Teofilo.
lasting influence on the breed. Not
Teofilo a 20 ans.
an absolute beauty to look at, standing for €20,000 in his fifth
Gaillac.
season at Stud in 2025. It's been incredibly popular, and you can see why. Duval's highest rated son with a time by 3 lengths, beating other Group 1 winners in Magical, Lord North and Kamiko. And the season before that, as does Geffen, another one with a high time form rating, and that P. Rhapsody was one of 2 winners for William Haggis, again with plenty of potential for the future, winning on some older, some newer stallions. And here is Raven's Pass. Raven's Pass standing for a fee of €7,500 in 2025. He really is one of Ireland's champion sprinters, Howard London.
Raven Pass.
In Japan. Here comes Night of Thunder. Standing this season for a fee of €150,000. Night of Thunder was an undefeated listed winner as a 2-year-old and won the 2,000 guineas, beating both Australia and Cayman. He then returned as a 4-year-old and won his second Group 1 and took the lottery stakes at New. The star of that crop is the amazing sprinter Highfield Princess. She carried all before her in 2022. She notched up 3-1 winner in Desert Flower, added the Group 3 Royal Ascot, her own fairy godmother, and Tuscan Hills, who bolted up in a couple of his starts, including a listed race so far. Galileo mare crosses Gaillac. We're very much looking forward to 2025.
This is all the Coolmore stallion inside that there.
Next up for you we have Naval Crown. Here is Naval Crown, another bred by Godolphin, trained by Charlie Appleby. Naval won the Convivial Maiden Stakes at York's Ebor meeting. He won that by 4.5 lengths, and then he went on to be group placed in France over both 7 furlongs and the mile. He then headed over to Meydan, where he beat Master of the Sea in a stakes race there, 2025. Next up for you we have Earthlight. Here is Earthlight, again bred by Godolphin, but this time trained in France by André Fabre. He's by our own Chamadal, and then he went on to notch up 3 victories in Deauville, starting with the conditions race, then the Group 3 Prix de Cabourg, and then the Group 1 Prix Morny, where he had Golden Horde, Arizona and A-Ali well beaten that day. His final race as a 2-year-old was in the Middle Park at Newmarket, where again he beat Golden Horde, and in a course record time, notching up his second Group 1 of his juvenile career. Raced in the Group 1 Prix Morny and the Group 1 Cheveley Park Stakes. And other notable runners include the likes of Mr. Lightside, whose Group 3 placed over 5 furlongs at Glorious Goodwood. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Next up for you we have Space Blues. Inbred Space Blues is out of the 7 furlong Group 2 winner Miss Lucifer, who's from the female family of Dubawi and In the Wings. Space Blues was quite an incredible performer on the track, incredibly versatile. He won 11 of his 19 starts, including 6 at group level. And some of the highlights of a stellar career include winning the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup Mile at Delmar. He also won the Group 1 Prix de Forêt at Longchamp's Art meeting, where he had the following year's winner Kinross well beaten that day. Right, next up for you we have Blue Point. Here is Blue Point. This really is very much the stallion that's got everyone talking in recent times. The 4-time Group 1 winning sprinter and the champion sire, Blue Point. On the track, of course, he really was a Royal Ascot specialist. He became only the 2nd horse in 85 years to win successive King's Stand Stakes, and then Blue Point backed His second King Stand Stakes up just 4 days later when winning the Diamond Jubilee, and when he did that he was emulating a double that's only been achieved twice in the past 100 years. And after averaging €112,000 as yearlings in 2022, Blue Point's first crop broke records on the track, with Blue Point becoming the fastest stallion ever to reach 50 individual winners. And then those 2-year-olds really trained on as 3-year-olds in 2024. Some of the highlights include the likes of Rosalian, who won the 2,000 guineas at the Curragh before taking the St James's Palace Stakes at Royal Ascot. And then finally for you today, we will have Native Trail, the gorgeous Native Trail. And he went on to have an unbeaten 2-year-old campaign where he notched a couple of Group 1s. He started out with a 4-length victory over the future juvenile Group 2 winner Royal Patronage on his debut at Sandown. Then stepped forward into Group 2 company and won the Superlative Stakes at Newmarket's July Festival. He did that in a quicker time than Dubarwi and City of Troy. He then came over to Ireland where he won the Group 1 Vincent O'Brien National Stakes at the Curragh by 3.5 lengths. And he backed that up with a comfortable victory in the Group 1 Dewhurst Stakes back at Newmarket. Quite the saddle as well as in his pedigree, so he's a perfect outcross stallion for many. And he's been strongly supported in his first season at stud, with 63 of his infoal mares being either stakes performers or stakes producers, and with 20 siblings to Group 1 winners. So that's Native Trail, ladies and gentlemen, our exciting champion, an absolute beauty, and we're very much looking forward to what he can do in the coming year.
Et oui, contre toute attente, Sea of Stars est bien né ici. Et Invincible Spirit a été mise à la retraite cette année. Après de nombreuses années de bons et loyaux services.
This is Nando Parado, who will have his first 2-year-old runners this year. He's over 100 2-year-olds to run for him. This is Phoenix of Spain. His first crop are now 4-year-olds. At 2, he was second in the Pure Stakes, a Group 1, beaten by Malgré. He was also beaten in a Group 2 by Too Darn Hot. At 3, he then came to the Curragh, facing them 2 boys again in the 2,000 guineas here. He also then went to the Jersey Stakes at Royal Ascot and won there. His most recent black type winner was Lady of Spain, who won a listed in Deauville recently. Because he had such a good year on the track last year, and as it started early, he covered 217 mares last year. This is Look de Vega. Look de Vega is back about a month with us. He's just back from Australia. When he finished his 3-year-old career, he went down to Australia and started covering down there, done his first season down there, which in hindsight has worked out good for him. 25 should have been a ring. He is by Havana Grey and is the only son of Havana Grey to be standing in Ireland. He won his first race at 2 in May and then ran his last race on the 19th of October as a 4-year-old. At 2 he won a stakes sales race in York, and then at 3 he was just beaten in the This is Invincible Spirit, who we retired last year after covering at 27, so he's 28 now, and we just decided we'd retire him on his own terms. He retired to stud here in 2001, and he's probably been the best servant of the stallion here.
Voilà, tout va bien. Je suis à Dublin. C'est la fin de mon petit périple irlandais. J'ai vu les chevaux que je voulais voir et je suis content. Et tout se passe bien. Voilà, à la prochaine.